Guys, if you want to move to Europe, I did some survey and I realized the visa to Malta, the study visa to Malta, is not really that difficult. But again, you have to be very serious with what you want to do. Now, I'm going to be talking about the process of moving to Malta as an international student. I'm going to be calling it Malta. That is how I call it. If you really want to move to Malta, for those of you who have been asking me the procedure, for those who from Cameroon, remember the Malta embassy is in Yaoundé, so you can ask more information from the Malta embassy. Oh, to be on the safe side, do not even ask the Malta embassy, ask your university. If you want to move to Malta using the study visa, then this is the process you need to follow. Everything you need, all right, like proof of funds, documents, everything. Thing first you need to do is to apply for schools in Malta. Now, there are a lot of schools in Malta you can select from. I talked about GBS Malta, Global Business School Malta. I talked about the University of Malta. I talked about MCAS and a whole lot of other universities. So please check that video and look at the schools you need. Check their programs. There are some that can teach you just management. Others can teach you business related courses. But if you are looking at science related, you also need to check other colleges and other universities, including the University of Malta. I mentioned everything in that particular video. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe, and do not forget that if you like this video, it is going to help the channel and the algorithm, because YouTube is going to recommend to many more people to watch, since it makes a lot of sense. Now, I'm going to be talking about this process, and for those of you who do not have the embassy of Malta in their home country, please pay attention to these details. Before I proceed, you cannot migrate to Malta with your family at the same time using a study visa as an international student. So if you're an international student and you have been thinking that you can move to Malta with your family at the same time, then it is actually or practically impossible. Just know that when you get the visa, you move to Malta, get your residence permit and every other document done. After 1 year, you can then invite your family to come over to Malta. I hope you understand. Now, the process is as follows. If you want to move to Malta in 2024, universities or schools in Malta are open as I speak to you right now. The very first thing you need is to apply for a program, check the schools and check their requirements for a program. Now, when you apply for a program, after getting the admissions or whatsoever thing the school says, maybe they put you on a condition list or wait list or whichever list, but as soon as you get the admissions, you are required to pay part of your tuition deposit. Now, depending on the university you apply to, you may be asked to pay 25%, 50%, 75% or more. Okay, now after you've done this payment, because if you do not do the payment, you cannot proceed. So after you've done this payment, the school is going to give you all the necessary documents that you need for yourself and those that you need for visa application. Until the school has given you these documents before you can push through to the visa application. And the documents, I'm going to list them to you very soon, which include the proof of funds. For those of you who do not know, proof of funds to study in Malta, in one of my videos, which most of you have watched already on this channel, I talked about moving to Malta and I said proof of funds is $15,000. Yes, that is a fact. But now I'm going to be telling you that the actual amount is 12,775 euros, all right, that you need in your bank account. This is from the Malta immigration. If you have 12,775 euros, because we are dealing with euros here, you can move to Malta. And remember, this money is when you do not have an accommodation on campus. If you do not have an accommodation on campus, that is going to take you for at least 6 months or 1 year or more. You cannot have less than this amount of money. So to be on the safe side, it is always good for me to tell you that having $15,000 or euros is your own advantage. It's for your own advantage. But if you have an accommodation, a long-term accommodation in Malta, then all you need to pay is approximately 7,000 euros, because already you have an accommodation document. And remember, this accommodation document must carry your details and must be signed by a legal person. Now, after you've done this, you've paid your tuition fee, right? And the school have sent all those documents to you. The next thing the school is going to do is they are going to send a message. After these admissions, your school is going to send a message to Indentity Malta. For those of you who do not have the embassy in your home country, Indentity Malta is the the website, the official website, that is the body in Malta in charge of visa application. This identity, your school will send a letter to Identity Malta, a request. All right, it's called a request, not a letter, not a document. And Identity Malta is going to then send an email to you or a link. Now this link they are sending to you, they are sending the link to you to upload all your required certificates and documents, all the documents you need for visa application. Remember, I'm going to start with the proof of funds. The proof of funds has to be at least 3 months old. That is the bank account you are using. It must be 3 months or older in age before you print the statement and upload on this link that was sent to you or has been sent by Identity Malta. This is the process that you need. Now, among the documents, a part of proof of funds, you also need your insurance. Your medical insurance or travel insurance has to be equivalent to 30,000 euros. Now, there is a policy in Europe. If you want to travel, you will always pay for an insurance equivalent to 30,000 euros. It doesn't mean that you are going to pay 30,000 euros to somebody. No, that is not how it means. All you have to pay is a premium version. You will just go to the insurance company or check their websites. They are going to tell you how much you are going to pay. I think they charge not up to $1 per day. So you are going to calculate the number of days you want to stay in there. Then you give them the amount. They will take it from your card. I hope you understand. A link will be in the video description box for you to look at it very well. Then a part of the insurance policy or your travel insurance, you equally need what is called hotel reservation or booking. And remember, you are booking this hotel for 15 days, at least 15 days. You have to live in the hotel for 15 days before you find your accommodation. So but if you are moving to Canada, to Malta, and you already have accommodation details, you do not need to book a hotel again. But if you don't have hotel accommodation details, remember, the first thing is that proof of funds. You have to make it up to 12,775 euros, or just have your 15,000 euros at once. But if you have proof of hotel reservation, now remember, it's hotel you are booking, you don't have accommodation. So if you book hotel, you still need that money. But if you have accommodation that you have paid for over 6 months or more, then you do not need all this money again. I hope this point is clear. Then the next document you need now is, remember, is your admissions offer letter, and you applied for a school, right? So you should have the admissions letter by now. Then you equally need what is called the flight booking. Flight booking, you are just reserving, you are not paying for any flight because you do not know the outcome of your visa application. So definitely you do not need to book any flight except your visa has been granted. Then a part of the flight booking, you need what is called a filled out form. That is the visa form. You have to fill it out and sign it as well. Then remember, these documents I'm listing, you have to upload all of them to that link that was sent by Identity Malta to you, because it is your school sending the information to them. Then they will now contact you. Okay, so you need your email and all those things. The school will send to them, then they will contact you. Then you upload all these documents on the link. All right, they have to be in PDF scan copies. Now remember, for the proof of funds, you can sponsor yourself, you can have a sponsor. If you are sponsoring yourself, you should be able to show where you are getting the money from. Like I said in the other video that you must have watched, there is a lot of issues, and the EU does not want people who deal with money laundering. So they want to make sure that they cap any money you are saying you have it. They can see proof that you are actually earning the money. It's either you have a job or a business, or business is giving you this money. But if you do not have any of the above and you have sponsors, where are they getting their money from? You should also show their sponsorship letter and their job documents and their pay slips as well. Remember, if you have a sponsor, the sponsor needs to go to the court and do what is called affidavit of sponsorship. All right, and it has to be signed by the court. That affidavit is saying that the person now is claiming that he is the one to sponsor your education, and he has this amount of money, 12,775 in his bank account, and will be taking care of your studies in Malta till you finish and come back to your home country. This is how an affidavit has to be written. Then the application forms, you have to fill them as well. Remember, I said at the beginning of this video that you cannot move to Malta with your family. It is practically impossible. So you need to consider all these things and put them into consideration before you start the journey. If you have a family and you must move with them, try Canada, try Sweden, try Portugal, all right, try Austria. These are other countries. Even Austria, you cannot, like, it's complicated moving with family at the go. You can try Finland. Finland is very flexible for family, but remember, the more you add people, the more proof of funds you need to show to the officials of that particular country. Now we have finished with this, and remember, your documents are still on Identity Malta. When you finish uploading all those documents, now Identity Malta will review your documents and get back to you. If a document is missing, they are going to tell you to supply it. If everything is okay, they will give you a result or tell you that your result is positive or negative. If negative, okay. If positive, then you will now pay the visa fee. The visa fee is 270 euros. Am I correct? Yes. When you pay the visa fee, you are going to pay with a visa card. All right. When you pay the visa fee, you have to send the receipt to them, definitely. Then they are going to then tell you the next stage you have to go with this documentation, which I'm equally going to tell you. There is something that you still need to attach. If you are self-sponsored, you need to bring the visa card, the card that is attached to that account. You need to scan the card on both sides and send to Identity Malta. They want to make sure that the money you are claiming you have in your account is readily available for you and also accessible to you. I hope you understand. All these monies you are saying that you have them, remember that the money is in your bank card. Someone just asked me a question about visitor's visa for 2 weeks, and I told the person that he needs at least, because his question said, how much do you need as cash or in the debit card to have to prove to the visa officer that you are going to stay for 2 weeks? I told him 10,000 Canadian dollars. Now he came back and was telling me that if you are caught with 10,000 Canadian dollars entering the airport is a big problem. Imagine, he didn't even understand the question he's asking. And according to him, showing that you have 10,000 Canadian dollars in your bank account on your bank statement means that you are going to carry 10,000 Canadian dollars into this country. I don't understand. Guys, please always pay attention and look at some details. Okay, now anything that relates to your proof of funds, your bank statement, your sponsorship letter, your affidavit of sponsorship, or any document, the bank card, and maybe there is another document, I think they call it recommendation from the bank, to show that you are the one that owns that account. You need to attach them together as a single PDF and upload. If the file is too much, you reduce the file size and upload it to the online application. Remember, when this link is sent to you, when Identity Malta sends the link to you, they are going to send, the link is going to come in such a way that one document is going to go into one separate section. You cannot put two of them there. I hope you understand. So you need to merge to fit them inside. Then that is to say the link is unique. It is unique to one applicant and one document. So please pay attention to this. Then after you've attached all these documents, all the other documents that you attach on the link, including the banking documents and every other thing, you need to keep the originals, because Identity Malta will ask you for all these documents. Remember, this bureau is in Malta. This is for those who do not have the Malta embassy in their home country. So you will keep these documents. When they ask you, you put everything in an envelope, then you ship it to them. Remember the shipping fee. I think the shipping fee is going to be within that 270 euros. I'm not very sure. Anyways, your school is going to give you all these details, or the embassy. This is for those that does not have the embassy in their home country. There's for those that have the embassy in their home country, you have to go to the embassy physically with all these documents. Okay, then after you send all these documents to them, there is going to be an interview. Remember the interview, they just want to know why you want to study in Malta, if you are the one who is going to sponsor yourself, your source of income, all right, what you do to get that money, what is your purpose, and if you really want to live in Malta during your study program, and why you choose Malta and not the UK or Canada or US or any other country like Greece or the Netherlands. So these are some of the things they want to see. And of course, you are not going to see the interviewer, guys. So before you go there, make sure everything you submitted on that visa application, you should should be aware of it. Someone told me his visa was rejected because of what an agent did to him. Yes, that is when we talk, some people don't understand. You get to somebody to do your visa application, let the person be informed and give you all the details you need, because if you go to the interview and start saying something else, they are not going to look at it. They don't even know that your appointment or maybe your documents or your application was done by somebody. So you have to be careful with all these things you are doing, guys. It is very, very important, because the interview is not going to be from space. It's going to be about all the things you said you have or all the documents you uploaded. Then if you have all these things, after the interview, your visa will be granted to you and you move. Remember, I said you cannot jackpot with family at the initial stage as a student in Malta, but they can join you later on. More videos will come up about Czech Republic, Switzerland, and a whole lot of other things. Remember, there is a scholarship which is open in Hungary, and I will be bringing more videos about it.